This is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So first we'll read the translation and then go to this. Lord Gauranga is calling. Wake up, sleeping souls. Wake up, sleeping souls. How long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? You have forgotten the way of devotional service and are lost in the world of birth and death. I have descended just to save you. Other than myself, you have no friend in this world. I have brought the medicine that will wipe out the disease of illusion from which you are suffering. Take this Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, I fall at the Lord's feet having taken this Mahamantra. Jeev jago, Gaura Chand bole, Kota nidra jao maya, पिशाचिर खोले जीव जागो गोरा चांद बोले कोता निद्रा जाओ माया पिशाचिर खोले बाजी बो भूलिया ऐशे संसार भितारे भाजिबो बोलिया ऐशे संसार भितारे भूलिया रोहिले तुमी अविद्यार भारे भूलिया रोहिले तुमी अविद्यार भारे तुम्हारे लइते आमी হইনো অবতারা তোমারে লইতে আমি হইনো অবতারা আমি বিনা বন্ধুয়ারা কে আছে তোমারা আমি বিনা বন্ধুয়ারা কে আছে তোমারা এ নিশি ঔষধি মায়া নাশি বড় লাগি এনেশি ঔষধি মায়া নাশি বড় লাগি এনেশি ঔষধি মায়া নাশি বড় লাগি এনেশি ঔষধি মায়া নাশি বড় লাগি हरि नाम महामंत्र लो तुम्हें मागी हरि नाम महामंत्र लो तुम्हें मागी भक्ति विनोदा प्रभु चरणे परिया भक्ति विनोदा प्रभु चरणे परिया सेई हरि नाम मंत्र लोइलो मागिया सेई हरि नाम मंत्र लोइलो मागिया जीव जागो गोरा चंद बोले कोता निद्र जाओ माया पिशाचिर खोले हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जीव जागो Gaura Chand bole Uta nidra jao maya Pishachira kole. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of God of Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. So, Hare Krishna, Prabhu's Mataji, thank you very much for joining for this Gaura Katha today. Yesterday was very auspicious Gaura Purnima. So, still continuing the Gaura Katha is very, very wonderful. And today is 15th of March 2025. So, we just share the screen for one verse we will recite from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then we'll discuss. This Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, first chapter, first verse. यस्य प्रसादात् अज्ञोऽपि सद्यः सर्वज्ञतां व्रजे स श्रीचैतन्यदेवो मे भगवान् सम्प्रसीदतु. यस्य प्रसादात् अज्ञोऽपि सद्यः सर्वज्ञतां व्रजेत् स श्रीचैतन्यदेवो मे भगवान् सम्प्रसीदतु. यस्य प्रसादात् अज्ञोऽपि सद्यः सर्वज्ञतां व्रजेत् स श्रीचैतन्यदेवो मे भगवान् सम्प्रसीदतु. So anybody wants to recite?
Hare Krishna. Carry on,
Yes.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. यस्य प्रसादादज्ञोऽपि सद्यः सर्वज्ञ तां व्रजेत् स श्रीचैतन्यदेवो मे भगवान् सम्प्रसीदतु. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Nirmala Mata, you want to recite?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. यस्य प्रसादातज्ञोऽपि सद्य सर्वाज्ञतं व्रजेत् स श्रीचैतन्यदेवो मे भगवान् सम्प्रसीदतु. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Those synonyms, word to word meaning. Yasya, of whom, prasadat, by the mercy. Agnya api, even a person who has no knowledge. Sadhya, immediately. Sarvagnya, sarvagyatam, all knowledge. Vrajet, can achieve. Saha, that. Sri Chaitanya Devaha, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. May, on me. Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Samprasidatu, may he bestow his causeless mercy. Translation by Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada. See, even a person with no knowledge can immediately acquire all knowledge simply by the benediction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, I am praying to the Lord for his causeless mercy upon me. Jai Shri Ram. Hare Krishna. Om Gyantamrandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथामितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणलिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणानमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् मुखं करोतु वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे प्रमाणिनमामहम् नमो विष्णुवाय कृष्णपृष्ठाभूतले श्रीमते महाविष्णुस्वामिति नामने नमो विष्णुवाय कृष्णपृष्ठाभूतले जय श्री कृष्ण. So Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you very much for keeping the appointment with Krishna today. Actually, we all attend Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and hear Krishna Katha, not to prove. So we are not to prove anything, right? We are all here not to prove, but we are here to improve. So improve our behavior in a positive way. So that's the main purpose. So we are all actually the heir apparent of the most important culture. And in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has simplified the devotion service, right? So much. And has given us the instruction that you please chant his names in Sankirtan. So very auspicious. So that's a very important point. So very simple means to achieve Krishna consciousness, right? Just by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So yesterday it was a very, very auspicious occasion, the appearance of the most merciful form of Lord Krishna, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he gifted us this Harinam, right? It is actually the Harinam is Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. So the treasure of divine love in Goloka Vrindavana has descended as the congregational chanting of Lord Hari's holy names. See, Mahaprabhu not only gifted this Harinam, but he also composed the Shikshashtakam to help us understand and appreciate the glories of the holy name. And also the ways and means by which you can do constant chanting. Kirtaniya Sada Harihi. In the third text of Shikshashtakam, Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada Harihi. He says, one should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy names of the Lord constantly. So tolerance is the essence of devotional service. Tolerance is the essence of devotional service. My Guru Maharaj always mentions in one of the classes that if somebody harms us physically, right? If somebody harms us physically, we can try to defend with our hands, correct? But when one hurts us verbally, it is practically not possible for us to shut their mouths. Not possible, right? So best thing for us is to shut our own ears to such unwanted talks, and then only focus on improving our own fabric of devotional service. But unfortunately, when faced in difficult situations, we always keep trying to prove ourselves. But no matter how much ever hard we try, right? Whatever best word we may use, the other living entity will never be able to accept our words unless Krishna sanctions. So, understanding Krishna's will, we should stop unnecessarily wasting our valuable human energy. So, we are here not to prove ourselves, but we need to improve ourselves. See, the devotional service process, which is laid down by Srila Prabhupada, is for our own selves and to improve our own behavior. So we should always approach the scriptures in this mode of trying to improve our behavior. The Guru Maharaj says the greatest hindrance in our progress. You know what is the greatest hindrance in our progress? Is our habit of looking at others. So in the devotional field, we must have the vitality, full of energy, right? Otherwise, we cannot carry on the devotional service. So we should stop looking at others because this is the greatest offense we are committing. Don't look to others. Whoever does, no, by looking at others, he or she is bound to suffer or whatever. So why unnecessarily worry about it? We should stop this. So our prayers are the lotus feet of Sri Gaura Chandra to give us the sanity to keep our mouths shut, right? To mouth shut in messy situations. Not to waste our time and energy in proving ourselves. But instead, we should redirect our time and energy in improving our fabric of devotional service. See, devotees, when they start criticizing each other, what happens, when devotees start criticizing each other, they start losing interest in Mangalarati. Then they start losing interest in Bhagavata. They start losing interest in chanting. And one day, they just go out of the door, finish. So at least for our own self-interest and peace of mind, we should not disrespect others, but just offer all respect to them. See, the lifespan of the demigods, the upper planetary systems, they are many thousand times greater than the lifespan of us in the earth, right? Or the humans in earth. Also, in those planetary systems, the opportunities for sense enjoyment is also million times more than the facilities available on the earth. But still, just understand this point. Very nice. But still, the demigods, no, they wish to take birth in this holy land of Bharatavarsha. In Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 19, verse 23 to 28, 6 verses, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 6 verses. The demigods, they glorify the land of Bharatavarsha and mention how much they hanker to be born in this holy land of Bharatavarsha, where there are so many opportunities to perform devotional service unto the Supreme Lord. So how fortunate we are, right? So the demigods say in verse 5:19-28, the reason. They say, we are now living in the heavenly planets. Undoubtedly, as a result of our having performed ritualistic ceremonies, pious activities, and yajnas, and having studied the Vedas. That's what demigods are telling. However, our lives here will one day be finished. The demigods certainly in that. They are there, but one day they will be finished. They will come. Right? So they say we pray at that time. If any merit remains from our pious activities, we may again take birth in Bharatavarsha as human beings, able to remember the lotus feet of the Lord. The Lord is so kind that He personally comes to the land of Bharatavarsha and expands the good fortune of its people. So Srila Prabhupada, the purport very nicely reveals us as to how much fortunate we are to be born in this land, wherein even demigods are also hankering to take birth. See, words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Adi Leela 9.41. Prabhupada says, Bharata bhumite haile manushya janma yara janma sarthaka kari kara para upakara. A human being born in the land of Bharatavarsha has a special prerogative to develop Krishna consciousness. Therefore, those already born in Bharatavarsha should take lessons from the Shastras and Guru and should fully take advantage of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in order to be fully equipped with Krishna consciousness. And by taking full advantage of Krishna consciousness, one goes back home, back to Godhead. See, there are two fortunate things mentioned in the first line of this verse, right? Firstly, we are born in Bharatavarsha. Secondly, we are having this human birth. First born in Bharatavarsha, second having human birth. So it is important that we don't misuse this great fortune we have. In one of the lectures on verse 221, Srila Prabhupada says, the more you become sincere servant of Krishna, the more your body becomes Krishnaized. Krishnaized means electrified. Therefore, advanced Krishna conscious person is considered to have a spiritual body. Prabhupada always gives this example, right? Just like iron rod. You put it into fire, keep it there for a longer time, it becomes warmer, warmer, warmer. The more it is connected with fire, no, it becomes so much warm, it's hot. At last, it becomes red hot. And if you touch it, if you touch that iron rod with somebody else, something else, it burns. It does not act as iron now. No, it acts as fire because of the continuously being put into the fire. So this, by this Krishna consciousness, by this Krishna consciousness, continuous chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you will make your body spiritualized. At that time, wherever you go, and wherever you touch, you'll be spiritualized. Simply just like the iron rod. So without being spiritualized, without being red hot, if you touch, it will not act. So every one of us, those who have come to this Krishna consciousness movement, expected to preach in the future, right? And to become a spiritual master also in the future. But first of all, we must spiritualize ourselves. Otherwise, it is useless. So Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi. Just like without being red hot, you cannot burn any other thing. Similarly, without being fully spiritualized, you cannot make others spiritualized. Therefore, we have to follow the parampara system, disciplic succession, as we get the knowledge, as we get the power, as we get the instruction. So we have to follow. So that will help us to spiritualize ourselves, spiritualize. And when we are spiritualized, see, we have to wait for that time. Then wherever you preach, the result will be there. And my Guru Maharaj always used to say, to reach the hearts of the hearers, first we must practice before we preach. See this, the process of self-realization has been so much simplified for this age, this Kali Yuga. And why, in spite of that simplification, we have difficulties to take up the process. Why? See, we have to develop detachment from the material things. Since nothing belongs to us, right? And also reduce our necessities of life. And by reducing the necessities of life, we're completely relieved of all the mental anguish, right? And then we'll be able to follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. See, Srila Prabhupada has given us dhotis to wear. He has given us very nice time to wake up early in the morning. Very simple process to take rest also. Everything he has given. And if we complicate our life, the decay of the body hurries up. It quickens. Body which is too much looked after, no, goes old very soon than the body which is roughly used. See, we don't care much, no. We take minimum possible rest, get up for Mangalarati, do the devotional service, lot of sevas. Then that body, Krishna's mercy, may survive longer. It does not mean that they do not die, but it will be more blissful. So if you want to be healthy, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be wise, healthy, wealthy, and wise, you have to go to bed early and get up early. So these are a few hints, just to start the devotional service. As soon as we start, then our goal must be very clear to us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he insists that we must become like gopis of Vrindavan and be attached to Krishna. Then we fix our goal, what we want to do. Gopis sing very nicely, right? Gopi Geet, one beautiful verse from that. It gives us the idea that after we decrease our necessities and after we increase our devotional activities, then how it should be performed. So the gopis, they say in Bhagavatam 10:31-15, Atati yad bhavan ahanikananam trutiyugayate tvamapashyatam kutilakuntalam shrimukham chate jadao dikshatam pakshmakradrisham. If you add Krishna in between, it will become more beautiful, just like the Dandiya, right? Atati yad bhavan Krishna ahnikananam trutiyugayate Krishna tvamapashyatam kutilakuntalam Krishna shrimukham chate jadaudakshatam Krishna pakshmakradrisham. It says, they are telling, gopis are telling, Krishna, see, when you go off to the forest during the day, a tiny fraction of a second becomes like a millennium for us because we cannot see you. And even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face, so lovely with its adornment of curly locks, our pleasure is hindered by our eyelids, which were fashioned by the foolish creator. Foolish creator, they are talking about Brahma. So this is our destination. To reduce the necessities is not the goal of our existence. Please understand this. To reduce the necessities is not our goal of existence, but it is needed to reach the goal of our existence. So gopis are telling, Atatti yad bhavan ahani kananam. As soon as the day dawns, you wander about and you are just gone behind the cows to graze the cows. We do not see you during the day. And because of that, fraction of a second becomes so long. Even you come back and we want to see your nice curly hair with which you look so beautiful. But Brahma is very cruel. He has created the eyelids. So we have to blink. And during that time, we cannot see you. This is the gopis' bhav, gopis' way. So this we have to follow by decreasing the necessities, by making the life simple. And the time which is saved because of this, every possible moment should be used in understanding Krishna through Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or through any of Srila Prabhupada's books. Not a single moment should go without this. Not even the time that takes to blink the eyes. This is Gopi's way. So this is our destination. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises, Remya Kachi Dupasana Brajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita. What could be more wonderful than the worship conceived by the gopis? So you should perform the devotional service like Brajavadu. You know, Uddhava, he went to give the knowledge to the gopis, right? Now Krishna sent Uddhava that you go and console the gopis that I will come to see them. Uddhava went and he tried to explain that Krishna is coming to you sometime. Do not be morose. So Uddhava is telling to the gopis. Gopis taught him back. Gopis told, who said Krishna is not with us? You do not know. Krishna is 24 hours with us. We are chanting his names. We are singing his pastimes. So Krishna is always with us. This is very nicely said. Vrajavasi language that like Suresha, Ganesha, Dinesha, Mahesha, Shesha, all of them are day and night singing the glories of the Lord. But it is difficult for them to get his darshana. But the cowherd girls, gopis, they just show Krishna a cup of buttermilk. And Krishna dances to take the buttermilk. This is pure love. Purified goodness will attract Krishna. So to reduce the material necessities is not enough. It is just the way. It clears the path to go to Krishna. And as soon as you reduce your material necessities, whatever time you can save, every moment should be utilized in understanding the supreme truth. See, as it is, Kali Yuga, our brains are completely useless to understand anything. But Srila Prabhupada is very merciful. And he has given us everything in a very simple language. And this should be our goal. So we should try to adjust our life and activities in this way. See, nowadays, everywhere people speak about health, health conscious, diet, good healthy food. It is true that health is wealth. Now, without healthy body, it becomes very difficult to carry on our day-to-day activities, right? Forget about devotion, even our daily. But most of the time, we would have experienced how the mental health plays a key role in the health, as well as the recovery process of a diseased person. Mental health. If one is very pessimistic, then it takes more longer time for one's recovery. Unfortunately, even the kith and kin no, would then start considering the diseased person as a burden. That's why my Guru Maharaj always insists on the importance of the beautiful prayer. He said, "Anaya anayasena maranam, vina dainyena jivanam, dehi me kripaya Krishna, tvai bhaktim achanchalam." Please bestow us instant death, so that we don't become burden to others. May we not be dependent on others for our maintenance. And as long as we are alive, may we always be engaged in uninterrupted devotional service unto your lotus feet. Anayasena maranam, vina dainena jivanam, dehi me kripaya Krishna, tvai bhaktim achanchalam. See, we might also have to accept the reality that sometimes, due to our own past karmas, our death might not be instant and we may be bedridden. So instead of becoming fearful and morose in such situations, we must take the shelter of the Supreme Lord more seriously. See, there are only two kinds of disease in this world. One gets cured, and the other that stays with us to take us away. In both cases, we have to be cheerful. See, simply by how we can be healthy and cheerful and all, my Guru Maharaj has practically shown us by his example. Simply by going out in fresh air, eating healthy food, prasadam. More importantly, taking shelter of the best medicine, holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And discussion of Krishna's pastimes, it will have such a positive impact on our health. And he also taught us how to visualize death in a very positive manner. He said, death is so pleasing. It is like boarding a boat and going from one bank of the river to the other. The moment we reach the other side, Krishna will be waiting for us. So there is no need to be anxious or morose. Our only worry or concern is forgetfulness of Krishna. So as long as we are able to remember Krishna, right, then death also becomes very pleasant. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Srila Haridas Thakur and inquired about his health, now Srila Haridas Thakur very humbly he replied, "My disease is that I'm unable to complete my rounds." Haridas Thakur used to chant 3 lakh round, right? 22 hours a day he used to chant. He says, "My disease is that I'm unable to complete my rounds." That is his disease, not headache or any other things. So we can see how Ramacharya Haridas Thakur is teaching us that what is the disease condition of life. Srila Prabhupada very nicely mentions in his wonderful lecture on the verse 116:16 on Bhagavatam, to become Krishna conscious is healthy. That is real health. Not to become Krishna conscious, to become a demon, that is disease. So, whatever be our past or present karma, we should simply focus in the current moment is nicely engaged in Krishna service. That is the secret of good health. So the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, how he wrote this Chaitanya Charitamrita, very nice. See, he was living with his family in Katwa, a small town in the district of Burdwan, Bengal. So he worshipped Radha Krishna with his family. So once there was some misunderstanding among his family members about devotional service. So he was advised in the dream by Nityananda Prabhu to leave home and go to Vrindavan. He was very old at that time, but still he started out. The same night he went, and he was living in Vrindavana. And there he met Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the principal disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Shri Raghunath Das Goswami was earlier staying in Puri, and he had the good association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And also his eternal associate, Swarup Damar Goswami, right? And heard from him about the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri. So on the request of Shri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami shared these pastimes with them. And also Shri Gaura Goswami also was also fortunate to hear the same from him. So later the devotees requested Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to write these pastimes. So it is very important for us to understand the time, place, and circumstance under which Srila Kaviraj Goswami wrote this great sublime literature, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. See this great book, Antelila, chapter 20, verses 92 to 98. He says, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami says, I infer that I have written is a false understanding. For my body is like a wooden doll. I am old and troubled by invalidity. I am almost blind and deaf. My hands tremble, and my mind and intelligence are unsteady. I am infected with so many diseases that I can neither properly walk nor properly sit. Indeed, I am always exhausted by five kinds of diseases. I may die at any time of the day or night. I have previously given an account of my inabilities. Please hear the reason why I nevertheless still write. He says, I am writing this book by the mercy of the lotus feet of Sri Govinda Deva, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, other devotees, and the readers of this book, as well as Swarup Damodar Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, who is my spiritual master, and Sri Jiva Goswami. I have also been specifically favored by a Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, for conditioned souls like us, even a small fever, pain in hands or legs, or any other anxieties in life is a very good reason to take a break from devotional service. But here we find Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in such failing health conditions. When it is not possible for him to sit or walk, even when his hands were trembling, he wrote this great, voluminous nectarian literature. All the acharyas say that this is a great miracle. And how this miracle was possible is further revealed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the next couple of verses. That is in Antilila 20.99 and 100, where he says, Sri Madana Mohana deity of Vrindavana has given the order that is making me write. Although this should not be disclosed, I disclose it because I am unable to remain silent. If I did not disclose this fact, I'd be guilty of ingratitude to the Lord. So here again we see how the Lord transcendently inspires and makes it possible for his dear devotees to write his glories in all conditions of life. See the power of holy names. See, without controlling the senses, you cannot be intelligent. See this three sequence. See how Bhagavatam is very logical. Conquer your senses, then you are attracted to Krishna, and you are intelligent. First conquer, then you get attracted and you become intelligent. Otherwise, you are the fool number one. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has found out a way for foolish people like us. Once, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting the mantra. So this Prabodhananda Saraswati, a Vedic scholar with 10,000 disciples, he came. He said, "Madman, why are you chanting always?" So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, that's correct. You called me a madman. I am mad. Not only mad, but I went to my guru and my guru told me I am fool number one. You are foolish. There is no chance for you." So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, there must be some chance, Guru Maharaj, there must be some. I'm telling you, but Guru Maharaj said, his Guru said, no, I am just telling you, just chant. So since my Guru Maharaj has told me to chant, I am doing the chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. And because I am chanting, I am very happy. So if you want to be happy, you also chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. I don't read Vedic literature, Vedas. I just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and I am very peaceful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is continuing telling, if you want to be peaceful, then you also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And because I am always chanting, I don't have any difficulty at all. And if you don't have any difficulty, please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And I have found by continuous chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, I found it very sublime. So if you want to have sublime things with you, then please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Better to become fool and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Your foolishness will also disappear by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. If you also want to drive away your foolishness, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And this will force you to forget your Vedas. This is how I told him. And then Prabodhananda Saraswati, with his 10,000 disciples, he became disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So easy. This is the way out. Jai Shri Prabhupada. So, very nice, this chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. See, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we find the glorious example of Shiva's Thakur, in whose house Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do all-night kirtans with his dear devotees, right? So, in the purport to Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela verse 17.229, Srila Prabhupada writes, this incident is described as by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. One night, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing with his devotees at the house of Shiva's Thakur, one of Shiva's Thakur's sons, who was suffering from some disease, died. Now, Shiva's Thakur was so patient that he did not allow anyone to express sorrow by crying. For he did not want this kirtana going on at his home to be disturbed. Thus, kirtana continued without a sound of lamentation. So you can see how unflinching these great devotees are. That they do their best, to do an uninterrupted devotional service to the Supreme Lord. See, the challenges and problems which we have faced in our lives are nothing compared to the great tribulations which these devotees face. So let us pray at the lotus feet of all these exalted Vaishnavas that we hold on to the sincere sadhana at all times. We also read in Chaitanya Charitamrita the pastime of Govinda, the personal servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, serving. See, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking his prasad, right, he would rest for a while. And Govinda would daily massage his feet. So one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell asleep very soon and kept his head. See, the door is there, no? Just this side, sleeping like this. So there is no way to go into the other side. So it's just like that. So while he was sleeping, Govinda came and crossed the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and massaged his feet. That was his service, So he had to do it. So he crossed, because he cannot, there is no way. So he crossed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and massaged his feet. And then he sat there on the other side. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awoke, he saw Govinda was sitting there. Although it was late, so he inquired, Govinda, you have not taken your prasadam? Why are you sitting here? So Govinda replied, yes, I shall now go to take prasadam. I could not go to the other side because you were lying on the threshold. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, how did you come in? He replied, by crossing you. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, so why did you not go out by crossing me again? Govinda said, that I cannot do. I crossed you to come inside the room for your service. But I cannot go out crossing you to take my lunch prasadam. That will be for my sense gratification. So these are exalted examples of dedication to the service of the spiritual master. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while glorifying the process of devotional service in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, verse 22.31, he says, Krishna as Surya Sama, Maya Haya Adhika Andhakara. Yaha Krishna taha nahi mayara adhikara. Krishna is compared to sunshine and Maya is compared to darkness. Wherever there is sunshine, there cannot be darkness. And as soon as one takes to Krishna consciousness, the darkness of illusion, that is the influence of the external energy, will immediately vanish. So our lives will also brighten when we take the shelter of the Supreme Sun, Krishna. No matter how, see, my Guru Maharaj always used to say that no matter how one looks, the moment he or she takes to process of Krishna consciousness and starts wearing tilaka and chants Krishna's names and begins to write Sisai shlokas, then immediately the faces become bright. Prabhupada writes very nicely in the purport, when a person is Krishna conscious, he continuously hears about Krishna, thinks about him, worships him, and serves him as a devotee. And if he remains in Krishna consciousness in this way, the darkness of Maya certainly will not be able to touch him. So let us all take the shelter of the eternal Supreme Lord, no? Whose presence will drive away all the darkness from our lives. See, in the verse from Chaitanya Bhagavata, where Mahaprabhu appreciates the prasadam prepared by Sachimata. Prabhu bole, ye annera ठाकुक भोजने अन्न देखिले हया बंध विमोचना. The Lord Chaitanya said, what to speak of eating this rice? One is freed from material bondage just by seeing it. See, Sachimata is prepared so wonderful, right? See, Sachimata cooked 20 varieties of shaka and 10 to 20 different preparations from each vegetable. And after placing tulasi manjaris on top of them, she offered everything to Vishnu. So when Gaura Sundara saw this offering, he offered obeisances and said, what to speak of eating these food preparations? Anyone who sees them will be freed from the bondage resulting from enjoying this material world. Anyone who smells the divine fragrance of this rice will become inclined to the service of Krishna. See, in this context, I was reminded as to how my Maharaj used to explain the word prasada. Word prasada, how he explained was Prabhu's Sakshad Darshan. Prabhu's Sakshad Darshan. So since it's Prabhu's Sakshad Darshan, no, the glance of the Lord. So seeing the prasadam also is purifying. So in Prabhu, PRA is there. And in Sakshad, SA is there. And in Darshan, DA is there. So prasada. So Prabhu Sakshad Darshan, glance of the Lord. So seeing the prasadam also is purifying. See, after visiting the temple of Shirachora Gopinatha of Remuna at Balasore in Orissa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded towards Puri. And on the way, he visited the temple of Sakshi Gopal, who appeared as a witness on the matter of the two Brahmana devotees' family quarrel. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this story of Sakshi Gopal with great pleasure because he wanted to impress upon the atheists that the worshipable deities in the temples approved by great acharyas are not idols, as alleged by men with poor fund of knowledge. The deity in the temple is the Archa incarnation of the personality of Godhead. And thus the deity is identical with the Lord in all respects. So he responds to the proportion of devotees' affection for him. So since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this Sakshi Gopal with great pleasure, let us just hear this pastime. See, one elderly Brahmana and a young Brahmana went on a pilgrimage to Vrindavana. Now, throughout the yatra, the young Brahmana served the elderly Brahmana. And at the end of the yatra, when they stood before the beautiful deity of Gopala, the elderly Brahmana was thinking, how nicely this boy has served me. I should do something to repay him by way of gratitude. So he told the young Brahmana in front of the deity, today I am going to promise you that when I go back, I will give the hand of my daughter in marriage to you. Now the young Brahmana said, my dear sir, it's a very big thing to say. Please do not say it because then you have to honor it. It is not that I am madly running after your daughter. Frankly speaking, I don't even know that your daughter, or know that you have a daughter. But you are promising before the deity that you will give her to me, then it is your duty to honor it. The old Brahmana said in front of the deity as witness, I promise you that when we go back, you will marry my daughter. So the old Brahmana went back. And he called his sons and told them about the promise he had made. Son said, why are you so foolish that you could send off your daughter to a poor Brahmana? We can look for a better proposal for our sister. The father said that he may not have the wealth, but he had the opulence of a devotee, and that he must honor what he had promised. At that point, the other son said, let him come and ask for his hand. Ask for the hand of my sister. At that time, you just say that you are not very sure and leave it to me. I will take care of the matter. So the young Brahmana comes and asks for the hand of the girl to get married, no? So that the promise can be fulfilled. The old Brahmana said, actually, I am not very sure. Did I tell you that? I don't remember saying that because I was a bit sick. Maybe I might have said it but I have not meant it. Now the young Brahmana started becoming anxious, not for himself, but he said, my dear sir, we spoke before the deity. Krishna sees everything. Please do not go back on your word. And it's not good for your bhakti. At that time, the son of the Brahmana took a stick and said, we know why you have come. You nicely served our father, thinking that you could get the hand of our sister. And very smartly, with sense gratification in your mind, you pretended to be a devotee. Now get out of the house. Then they asked him for a witness for whatever his father had told him. So the young Brahmana said, Gopala himself heard his father promising, and so he is the witness. Now the atheistic sons, they laughed and said, why don't the Brahmana bring the Gopala there as a witness? Then the young Brahmana told the old Brahmana that, I know you have been harassed, but you do not worry. I will bring the Lord here to bear witness. So he traveled all the way to Vrindavan and took wonderful darshan of Gopala. He became silent and grave, and he offered prayers to Gopala. And with great earnestness and innocence, born of a devotee, he said, Gopala, I am in trouble. The elderly Brahmana is also in trouble. You have to help us. You are the only witness. Only you can come and settle the matter. At that point, Gopala spoke. He said, my dear son, it is very nice that you are asking me to come. But I have never heard of a deity walking. I never heard of a deity bearing witness for anything. I do not think it is possible. The young Brahmana said, my dear Lord, you are speaking to me now. If it is possible that you can speak to me, it is definitely possible that you can come with me. See, the young Brahmana, no, he never in his mind, not even for an instant, did the young Brahmana think that the great deity of Krishna was different from Krishna. So therein lies the behavior of a devotee. Simple-minded, innocent faith in Krishna. That is what made the Lord talk, right? So Gopal agreed to come with the condition that he should be served a boga of 10 kilos of cooked rice with ghee every day. So the Brahmana agreed. Finally, at the end of the long walk, the deity stopped right at the outskirts of this village. The Brahmana turns and finds that Gopala has come and is fulfilling his vow. So there the deity became silent and grave. The young Brahmana called everyone to come, and they saw that the Lord had walked all the way just to bear witness. And their hearts became cleansed because they took the darshan. And the old Brahmana's sons who were atheists, their hearts were disinfected such that they became devotees. Now, because the deity came to bear witness, today the deity is known as Sakshi Gopal. So this pastime is so significant because in everyone's heart, in everyone's house, Sakshi Gopal is there. We may call our deity by different names, but every time he is Sakshi, he is always witnessing. We are not seeing, but he sees. So very important. It's a beautiful pastime, right? And before I close, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left only 8 shlokas of his instructions in writing, and they are known as Sikshashtakam. I'll just share the screen and just recite the Sikshashtakam before I close. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमः दावाग्निर्वापणम् श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणम् Vidyavadhu Jivanam Ananda Bodhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bauda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaivam Idrisham Miha Janinanuragaha Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada Harihi Na Danam Na Janam Na Sundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatad Bhakte Rahai Tuki Tui Ainandatanu Jakinkaram Patitam Mishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Sitadoli Sadarsham Vichintaya Nayanam Galada Shrudaraya Vadanam Gadgada Rudaya Gira Pulake Nichitam Vapukada Tavanamagrahane Bhaveshyati Yugaitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pravrishayitam Shunyayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me Ashrishyava Padaratam Vinashtumam Adarshana Marmahatam Karotuva Yata Tatha Vidadatu Lampato Mat Prananata Stusayevana Paraha Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna ki jai. The last paragraph in this says, I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्री महाप्रभु की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वंदन की जय। मंचा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भवेच्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णव। Go, Premanandi. Hari Hari. Thank you, Varun Mataji. Hare Krishna. I stop here. If you have anything to share or any takeaways, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Sharanagati is what I understood was you have to surrender it to him because problems will come. That's what you said in the last, no? Problems. Who will have no problems? Everybody will have problem, and in that also we have to find him, Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
That is what we are understanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very correct.
So Krishna only is giving us everything, everything. So he's churning us.
Churning. Yeah, that's good word. Churning. Correct.
Exactly.
True, true. Very nice word. Thank you. Thank you, Padma Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Need of the hour, Anna. I tell you, I never wanted to switch on. Then suddenly, I remembered you telling yesterday in the class that I'm taking this. So I just switched on, and the message what I got was so beautiful, unbelievable. What I'm going through is exactly what you have sent today. I don't know how with Krishna's mercy. I don't know how you talk through him.
Yeah, we are just following what Prabhupada Acharya say. We just convey to
Exactly. Oh, I mean, genius. He is. Wow.
True.
God's
Jai
grace.
Gurudev ki jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank
Jai.
you.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Anything else? Otherwise, we'll stop here.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for a very enlightening class.
Thank you, Kalimataji.
Would like to listen it over and over again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay. So thank you very much for joining. Right. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji, anybody wanted to say something?
यस प्रभु जी, हम कभी थकते नहीं हैं आपकी कथा सुन के।
Exactly.
So maybe Taktanu, because I have to read. No, when I read only, I feel so nice. I wanted to share with everybody. It's like that. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was such enlightenment. It's always an
pleasure. It's always pleasure listening to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Sonia Mataji. Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
So
Hare
take care, be safe. We'll meet.
Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Archana Mataji, Jyoti Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Yeah.